Hello student, welcome to the chapter 7 Geography Lifelines of National Economy. In this chapter we shall study about the importance of transport and communication in the ever shrinking world. Children, we use different types of goods in our daily life. Have you ever thought how these goods reach us? So answer is these goods reach us through the various means of transport, that is roadways, railways, airways, waterways, etc. Whereas radio, television, telephone, email, telegraph, etc. are the main means of communication. Student, these help to transfer better technology from one country to other or from one part of the state to the other. Whereas means of transportation carry common people from one place to another. Moreover, they even carry skilled and unskilled worker from one place to another and maintain the balance of demand and supply in the economy. This is why they are rightly called lifelines or support system of a country. Students, as we can see in this flow chart, means of transport divided into three categories: land, water, and air. And we are going to discuss about every individual mode of transportation in detail. In the first category of land transport is roadways. India has one of the largest network of roads in the world. Though in India, roads are being constructed at a very fast pace, but still density of road is very low. Now the question is, what is road density? So children, the length of road per 100 square kilometer of area is known as density of road. Density of road is lowest in Jammu and Kashmir, that is 10 kilometer, whereas it is highest in Kerala, that is 375 kilometer. Now let us see the importance of roadways. Number one, road requires less investment as compared to railway. These can be built at higher altitude at any place, which is not possible with railways, waterways, and airways. Road transportation is easy and is within the reach of common man. Moreover, it is available for 24 hours. Maintenance cost is also low in comparison of railways and airways. The road transportation has the merit of offering personal service or door-to-door service, which is also not possible with railways, as the railways won't come to your house or factory, but the road transport does so. Besides, the road system facilitates the transportation of perishable goods like milk and vegetables. Children, however, Indian roadways are facing many challenges. Let us discuss some of them. Number one challenge is the road network is inadequate in India as demand and volume of traffic. Number two, the condition of most of the road is very poor. These become muddy during the rainy season. Besides, they are highly congested in cities. Number three is most of the highways lack side amenities like telephone booths, emergency health services, police station, etc. Next topic is classification of road. The roads can be classified into the following categories. Let us discuss. Number one is golden quadrilateral. Student, these superhighways have been developed with 4 to 6 lanes to cater to the need of the fast moving traffic of the country and cover long distances both speedily and safely. So let me just show you on a map. These superhighways connecting 4 leading metropolitan cities of Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai. Students, if you noticing this red line which connect all these 4 cities, it forms the figure of quadrilateral. That is why it is known as golden quadrilateral superhighways. These projects are being implemented by the National Highway Authority of India. Besides those, connecting Srinagar with Kanyakumari, as you can Srinagar over the top in Jammu and Kashmir, and the southernmost point of the Indian mainland is Kanyakumari over here. So those connecting Srinagar with Kanyakumari is called the North-South Corridor, while those connecting Silchar to Porbandar, Silchar over here in Assam and Porbandar here in Gujarat is called the East-West Corridor. Now next category is National Highway. These roads are the most important roads of a country which link the important cities and capital of the country to each other. These are constructed and maintained by Central Public Work Department. Student, these national highways maintain the availability of essential products. The state-to-state trade is possible because of these national highways. Now, next in importance, after the national highways come the state highways. These road links the state capital with other important cities of that state. The maintenance of such road is the responsibility of the state government. Next is district road. These roads link the district center with the major roads. These roads are maintained by Jila Parishad. Next in category is rural roads or the village roads. These roads played very vital role in the development of villages as these connect the villages with the neighboring towns and cities. And the last is the border road. The borders are always very sensitive areas, so the upkeep of the border road is the duty of the central government. These roads have increased accessibility in areas of difficult terrain and have helped in the economic development of these areas. Besides, roads can also be classified on the basis of type of material used of their construction, in which we have two categories. One is metal roads, another is unmetal roads. Students, metal roads may be made up of cement, concrete, or even bitumen of coal. Their surface is quite smooth and polished. This is also called pakka roads. Whereas unmetal roads are also known as kacha roads. These roads go out of use in the rainy season because these are made up of soil.